500 day 1. The final boss rush level for the achievement. So our plan here is to use Medivh, Malch, and Rogers to kill Ahune. So they need to survive. It's good if Genn survives, and then we want Bwonsamdi and Balinda to die first fight. We're using pretty standard equipment here. Water Elemental, Counter Rune, Arena Contender. 3 moves ahead is necessary for Ahune. Scout Spyglass at rank 22, so it deals 40, is great for Ahune, but not necessary. And then we've got our heal equipment on Genn. So this first fight, it's not too bad. You have to be a little careful with some things like positioning, and there's a fair amount of decision making with this comp at least, because there's a lot of ability RNG and a lot of anomaly RNG. So what did we get? Nature is amazing. We want lots of nature. This can be okay, can be dangerous. It's just to check your weapons from this middle guy. And Shadow Anomaly is typically bad, but we got no health anomaly. Well, we got health anomaly on the worst target. You want this guy low so you can kill him off. No attack anomaly is good for keeping water elementals alive. I'm gonna reroll this though. I think the Shadow Anomaly combined with the Health Anomaly landing on the right ad with this comp is worth a reroll. And hopefully I'll come up with a more consistent way to beat this first boss while still fitting in the Medivh, Malchezaar, and Rogers. And still bringing another artillery strike if that's possible. Alright, what did we get? High Shadow again. High Nature's good. We hit the health here instead. Or hit the middle instead. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this. The Shadow being high is not good, but it's manageable. And having no health here makes it a lot easier to get something killed off, and then the fight gets a lot easier. And we also got no attack anomalies, which makes Water Ellies able to survive if you pump their health to enough to survive these values. So we want to kill the green, and we want to get some freezes off here. So we're probably going to taunt the Ellie, which will make the Party Crasher hit the Ellie, and then we need to freeze that guy. Now if we do this play, and if I just had a bit more health, we could actually triple freeze this turn. I might pump this Mage Guard to 25 for circumstances like this. I want it. Having a lot of health on this taunt is really helpful in general. So I'm thinking that might be a good thing to invest in. I'm going to take a risk with this play and let this hit something. It'll probably hit here or Bwon. I've had her hit Bwon without a taunt before, so I think we can possibly rely on that. Also, as long as it didn't hit Medivh for the crit, we could have survived on Balinda as well. So we're going to keep going with this. And your positioning is important here, because you've got dirty tricks to contend with. So whatever you put across from the right-hand ad needs to be the thing you want to get hit by dirty tricks. So we're using wards and Bwonsamdi for that for now. Well, that's nice. That's a nothing attack, so we can bounce. We don't have to bounce. I've actually found that ramping... So fire benefits Genn. Frost benefits only Balinda. But because we were killing this green first, her 4-speed makes her red. So scaling on Frost, even though my Flame Dart's higher and it benefits Genn, the Frost scaling seems to be better here, just to get rid of this as quickly as possible. So, another option... I think we're going to do the other option, which is this. No, we're not gonna nuke with that. It's okay, so we're gonna do Frost. We're gonna self-counter and we're gonna throw this away. We're gonna get a bird. And then that means we're freezing. We don't care that this dies because we get a new one. I was thinking of a previous play I had done where I needed the counter ward to counter something, and so I had to nuke my own ward that turn to make room for the bird. And just swing with it, since we can self-counter this turn. Okay, bird is important. We're gonna put it far left so it never dies to across stuff. Would it die to a sudden betrayal? No. Okay. So sudden betrayal adds 11 attack, so this would go to 60 on Balinda. And we're gonna keep going with these guys. Thinking about positioning. So we actually want it like this. So the most important character to keep alive on this board is Medivh. He is required for the last boss. Both Bwon and Balinda, we need to die by the end of the fight, but we don't want them to die too early. So that's kind of what we're working with here. So, maximize damage here. And then do we bounce, or do we let them unfreeze? I think we're going to bounce, even though we lose summons. Actually, I have to think about that. Because we kind of prolong it if we don't bounce. I think we can deal with all the outcomes if we let him unfreeze. I think I'm going to let him unfreeze. I also don't have to Arcane Rift here. I can get HP. And we also are taking into consideration that there's no health anomaly here, so bounces will not heal this character. Okay, nice. We got a good roll here. We just have to freeze him. We don't have to bounce this turn either. I can also choose to go for health again, although this guy is getting low, so maybe critting. The bird's still not ramped too much, though. I think I want the health. We're going to get some more frost going. We're not countering ourselves. I'm liking how this is playing out a lot more than some of my previous runs. Okay, so that'll be countered unless we bounce. So this dirty tricks. Oof, that might be problematic. Okay, so highest attack is currently the Ellie, which it'll survive this hit. And this will be blue damage. So Bwonsamdi actually does survive it. Which means we don't have to bounce this turn. And that hits the Ellie, or we can freeze. The freeze will actually save health on the Ellie. We can go like that. This will kill my counter ward though, which complicates. That's a bit of a risk. Let that counter ward go. Because this guy can taunt and this guy can cast Heavy Sorrow. And then if that happens... what is this? 129? It's so close. I should put more ranks in Mage Guard. Because I could just taunt this ward. Oh, it's so close to being a really good play. And I don't think we can kill that at 3 speed. we would only have... Yeah, there's no way. So maybe the bounce is the play then. So if we bounce, we have to do this. Both of these happen. We don't want to freeze. Or no, we do want to freeze. Even though it's going to be on this. That still goes there. That still goes there. So this is going to hit the alley after it swings. And then this is going to hit first. And it'll do nothing and just kill that, so that's fine. Don't want a second bird. So do we want health on either like Medivh or the bird? We just want the damage.
Job's done.
So we could have had a better play there if I had a little bit more health on the Mage Guard. I actually don't want to bump my ranks on the counter ward any more than I already have. Because sometimes you want to kill it off with a nuke, and if it gets any bigger on its base health, it's going to be problematic. And I actually want to buff his Arcane Rift to do enough damage to kill his own ward, because there are times where that's relevant. Okay, so we need a Water Ellie. We're going to get to spawn 2 things here, so we'll get both. I think we bring the same guys, and we also want to expose... I want to protect the bird. We just need to keep Medivh safe. So maybe like this? Or even this? Here? Putting Bwonsamdi far right is not super useful. I kind of want this Water Ellie like in between here or something, but we go this way. It's mostly just when you let dirty tricks through is what you're trying to position around. Although we're about to kill her, so maybe that was a waste of time to even think about. So no more bounce this turn. And she's also slow. So let's see, 7 speeds are protector damage. And 97. Two 5-8 is fighter. So I'm probably freezing that. Counter it even. Did I just counter it? No, I think you get health here. Freeze that. So that'll die. And then next we want to just kill, and also think about what color do I want to be when this dies. Do I want to turn anybody into a caster at 3, 6, or 9 speed? Problem is this plus this will kill that. So he won't be able to change blue. 2 speed becomes fighter. But Medivh will be a caster. Start with anyway. Maybe killing her is easier. Since we do have a Fel anomaly as well. I'm not certain which one of these targets is best to kill second. But it doesn't... It's mostly just about who you can deal the damage to quickest and get to 0, because once you've got a counter ward in one unit, you're good. So that we don't really care what their abilities are, we just care who we can kill. I think it's going to be this green guy. Which means getting health anomaly on Aran might be easier. But this doesn't always go the same, so... Yeah, and we're getting health there. I think the fact that Balinda do a lot of red damage is the main reason to go for this line. I don't think I care about that getting off, so we're going to counter ourselves and use this Ellie here. Do we want to bounce? Probably. That'll heal if it goes below 750.
Job's done.
In that case, we don't need HP here. We can get a new Water Ellie. And get this extra damage off. I like this. So it looks like the AI always uses that change to protector ability on the target that the check your weapons is gonna hit. Because it looked like it targeted the water elemental there. So we want a water elemental. We want to protect our bird and Medivh. Medivh has to be right of Balinda, so we'll protect him over there. Oh, actually, we're not even worried about the positioning anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and still bring Bwon. I could bring Genn out. We need to get these guys killed off here soon, so I want them on the board. We just have to make sure Medivh doesn't die. And we get the enemy stuff killed. Okay, so that'll be countered if we act slow enough. This is where that frost ramp is coming in big. Because we're just shooting greens the whole time, so ramping frost is really good. Okay, we can let that be countered. That's gonna just hit the water Ellie. But we can just kill that, so... Let's see. Let's do 268 plus... There's no frost weakness. $310. $362. It's so close. I think we don't care about this elemental anymore, so we're just gonna do it that way. Let that be countered. Okay, so now we just kill off Bwonsamdi and Balinda and hit artillery strike. Yep, these are all the guys we want alive. We want Medivh alive, and we need these two guys dead. So we can whittle him down. Let's see, that's gonna do 486. Like 528, I think that was. We should be fine to shoot with everything. I'm actually gonna do this instead. Okay. Just going slower than him. Did not have to think about it. I don't think he just keeps spamming that now, because he used a different attack last turn, so... But it's fine if we have to just use Bwon. Yeah, okay. That was just some bad luck for a couple turns there. So... shoot him. Finish off Bwon. Finish off Balinda. And then I guess this. We'll just make a bird. Oh, I messed up. Okay, it's fine. I shouldn't have... I was thinking this bird did way more damage, and I was thinking that... I was going to kill him before Bwonsamdi got his shot off. I should have paid more attention to that. But that's okay. He's dead now, and everything's set up. Just have to hit artillery. And I've already beaten this fight a couple times, I just keep not hitting artillery, so... just need to hit artillery. And we don't care about any of this stuff. There we go. That's a win. So you're just going to need enough artillery strike to deal with these bosses. You have to kill Garrosh in a single hit. Because the Divine Shield passive from this guy here. So you got a pretty high artillery requirement. You can do it with Rogers with a bit lower, but this is 500, so having higher requirements at this point I think is unacceptable. A reasonable expectation. And then the artillery is going to clear everything but Ahune, and then we just do our standard, at this point, standard Ahune strategy, which is a Medivh, a Malchezaar, and a Rogers, where he dies on turn 4, or possibly slightly later if he decides to not summon ice shards on turn 4, or turn 3. So we need to check our frost anomaly. $135, so it'll do 145 blue damage. So we just need to keep that in mind, and it's just these 3. So we want to buff our counter ward to survive 145 damage. And you have to pay attention to what he's doing, because here he's using slow attack the first turn. We need him to cast his Ice Shard summon. It's also... people have pointed out on the Discord that he's using different abilities here, so like the AI seems to behave differently. Depending on the run. Are any of these survivable where I can like let something through and get this going? 140 the highest health enemy, Rogers. I can survive that. So I'm gonna let him do that. Just because he's being weird with all the... yeah, highest health. And you know, I would just do Mage Guard. But I do have the Bird Buddy, so it'll make it faster. And if we're getting a bird buddy out, this will give us a proc. I guess the Demon Fire treasure is good here because it's an even speed ability to proc bird buddy. I don't think I want to summon those things though. It is strange that he doesn't just summon ice shards though. I don't want to let that through. Highest health enemy again. Do 280 to reds. They need to fix this because this boss, like, even though we're like cheesing it kind of, how are you supposed to beat this boss if it never summons ice shards? Like, the boss in general is just like broken in Mythic Boss Rush, but it's ridiculous that he can do this many times. You would just hit the turn limit if you fought him legitimately. Do we just get a bird buddy still? I think so. And then buff Rogers. And swing. 280. Medivh. We can't let that happen. Oh, what am I... So, I guess I can do the health thing on one of these abilities. Just go ahead and I'll realities him. But then you still need him to summon ice shards. So that's gonna hit Rogers. We'll make a bird buddy. And this happens before that, so we don't need to manipulate the speed with Rogers. In which case, I guess we can just heal Medivh. And then swing with that for more healing.
Job's done.
This is a very non-traditional Ahune fight. Since it's usually just spamming Ice Shard summon, the Ice Storm ability. Okay, can you please summon Ice Shard so that this fight's possible? I guess we just passive it and see what happens. Do I need to get somebody low enough to die to the Ice Shard summon? Maybe? So that's gonna hit Malchezaar. I'm thinking about how to manipulate his AI to want to cast the AoE Ice Shard summon. And I would like Rogers to be high health, so maybe we get Medivh low instead. Let's get a bird out instead. Get rid of this. And maybe one of these little dinky... Nah, I don't even want to summon these. They'll just clog my board and do weird stuff. Such a strange fight when he won't summon. Just broken. Please. Summon ice shards. $140 to the highest health. It's gonna be Rogers. Technically don't need Malchezaar anymore, but having a guy on the bench is sort of like backup insurance in case I let things die. That's gonna hit Rogers again. Maybe more small health things. Oh yeah, I actually hit that, not Rogers. It was so high. I do want this to survive that 145, so it needs to be like 146 on that counter ward. This one will hit Rogers though. Okay, come on, you got so much stuff you can kill. But he wants to cold snap. Cast the ice shards. Okay, so this has a cooldown, and cold snap has a cooldown, and he's got them alternating. Is there anything that like puts his stuff on cooldown? Do I need to bring... I could set this up, however. I could cut Genn, but then you have to hit a 1 in however many for artillery strike, and I could bring something that puts his abilities on cooldown. That he has to cast the Ice Storm. See if we get this slower. I'm gonna kill off Malchezaar and maybe Medivh soon to see if it changes his AI behavior. I want to hit the turn limit. Right now I'm kind of just trying to make an AoE attack seem more attractive than the other, Hail to the Lord, to the AI. Just guessing at how it's coded. Come on. This is a single target attack. I've got so many low health guys here. Why are you using this? Just cast the other one. So it will currently hit the ward. Means I need to buff the ward back up because I need it to be over. So right now it goes down to like 68. So it'd be like it needs to heal too. Trying to not just pass turns, because then there's no reason for the AI to change its behavior, so trying to keep changing the board state, but he's still doing it. I guess we can kill off Malchezaar. When we kill off the birds, because we did do summons right from the start. Very strange. So maybe everything is in range to die to an AoE. I'm just having to kill off mercenaries, I guess. I've tried everything else. Let me get these guys out again, actually. So I have an option to heal without Medivh around. That's gonna hit the ward. I do want the ward to survive. We could heal with the bishop. This is like an end of turn thing. So it'll do 286. How much does this one do? Yeah, so 280. That would kill both the reds, so I think we just let it do that. Let's see, 155. Fine. Alright, I guess we just do this.
This one's mine.
No. Even stuff would proc. We have to like Genn get hit by one. Is there anything that just gives minus stats that I could use to finish him off? This is so dumb. I've tried like every permutation of board states that still wins that I can think of. And he just will not do anything else. I'm gonna let him freeze me here in a second, I guess. What happens if you freeze me? You feel like you got the freezes out of your system then? And you can nuke me too. Man, that's so much healing. I'm letting him just hit me and it doesn't. It just won't do anything. Just cast the Ice Storm, buddy. I guess I killed my counter ward off. Let's see. Maybe we don't do this. Probably need to kill the bird buddy as well. Finally, he cast an Ice Storm. Okay, so he does not like to cast Ice Storm on this fight. Unless there's no counter-warded play, I guess. This should be a win as long as this isn't turn 90. So, very silly, buggy, garbage fight, but that's how you beat it. You gotta kill your counter ward off and get your guys really big first. So I save you guys some time. But that's 500 done. "78 turns. It should have been way less if I had known. I just had to kill my counter ward off. But yeah, actually not the worst now that I understand the AI. You could bring a different mercenary instead, but it's probably easier to just kill off your counter ward and manipulate the AI into casting Ice Storm than trying to squeeze in another slot where you, say, lose Genn and bring somebody that has like a minus HP debuff or somebody that has something that puts enemy abilities on cooldown. We can go look and see what that would be. I thought we had mercenaries that put things on cooldown, but maybe we don't. Huh, well, maybe there's not a way to guarantee it then. You just have to manipulate the AI. Okay, well, good luck on your runs.